My name is Daniel Posney, and this is called Shifting Perspectives. And the topic this morning is about embracing what is and how to be at peace. So I invite you to follow me into oneness, unity, God consciousness, into a radical place of vision. Um, it's not one that our mind really accepts too easily, but if we stretch ourselves a little bit and just imagine ourselves in this consciousness, how we might see things, we can see the subtle differences when someone says things like, um, "Well, I'm the way I am because of my childhood, and my mother was an alcoholic, and she couldn't give me the love that I wanted or that I needed," and that kind of thing are very truthful statements. But there's an idea inside of that that it should have been something different than what it was. And that's the thing that kept me in resentment and anger towards God and towards the world, and kind of kind of got aggro, and it had built up rage inside of me because I felt that, you know, how could someone take away something like my father who was loved by so many people? And there's this idea also perpetrated out there that God is in this place and not in that place, or there's more God in this place as opposed to that place. What if all of it is God? What if that everything is as it should be? And I don't mean to put in like, well, for the purposes of evolution or for this learning experience and everything, that all may be true, but what if we took it even more than that? That as it is because that's the way it is, that's the way it should be, that God knows, energy knows, source knows how everything flows together. So, what we're talking about is a flow of energy, or what people might say karma. And karma is just through our own actions, we realign ourselves with what is true, with the laws of the universe, with the law of one. So, what if we pull back from saying things like, well, maybe someday that when they see themselves, or when they have some epiphany, when the shit hits the fan for them, that they'll have some kind of a spiritual awakening and they'll change their life. Or maybe someday they'll heal. That is all saying that what is happening right now is what shouldn't be happening, and that God isn't in what is happening, that I know better than what is happening right now, that I should have something different. So what I'm proposing is to combine the work of Byron Katie and release any idea of what should be or what shouldn't be, and allow things to be as they are, and not in a way like a spiritual bypass. Oh, love and light is all as it should be. It's all for its perfection. That's all fine. It's just that it kind of leads us into sometimes that we're waiting for this other thing to happen. We'll embrace what's happening now with the hope of something different, more in alignment with what my needs happening. But that then we're in the future again. We're not in the present. We're in this hopefulness that things will be different. And the only seem like the only times that things are really changing for us is when we really embrace exactly what is. Because if it's in front of you, there's something to be experienced in that. And if we reject it, we push away from it, it just needs to come in harder and come in closer to us so we really get that experience. And the way that I kind of work with this, I say, okay, if I, with God animating my form, is creating this in front of me, it doesn't serve me to run away from it. It doesn't serve me to resist it or for some kind of a bullshit spiritual idea on it, but to really see it and to feel what's going on. And I embrace what's going on. And everyone that's in front of me, I don't say, well, they're just going through their shit and, maybe someday they'll get it, or, bless them on their journey. They're just, they've made their mistakes. No, everything is as it should be. Everyone is as they should be. Biden, Trump, Fauci, My exes, me, everyone is as they should be in that moment in time, in that consciousness. It's a big thing to ponder and to allow. But it just, you can feel it once you start allowing and embracing what is, without any like spiritual story behind it, but just embracing it and saying, I release any need for them to be different, or that they need to be on this spiritual path the way that I am, that I somehow know better than they do. Even releasing that. No, it's just because what they're doing for you is they're reflecting back to you something, so that you'll look at the reaction that you have to them. So let me put in this to an example. Let's say that you are on a spiritual path and you're learning so much and you're gaining so much and you're finding true happiness and authenticity. And you have a relative and they're kind of poo-pooing your ideas and poo-pooing your path and not really seeing you. It's not for them to change. It's not for you to say, well, the reason why they're that way because they have a lot of lack of self-love in them. And, maybe if I work with them some more, and maybe if they find their own teacher, maybe if they have their own enlightenment, that they'll be free. No, you have put them there so that they will reflect back something to you, and you'll find your own reaction in that reflection. So when someone poo-poos your ideas or poo-poos or pushes down or invalidates you, how do you feel? That is one of the strongest pieces, is when we look for someone else who's not on this awareness path, that we judge them. We judge them for being wrong or being different or being less than. And we say these little things like, well, they're just not there yet. Maybe someday. No, drop that. Allow them to be exactly as they are. They're only there in front of you to reflect back to you. I don't believe in you. I am invalidating you. I think you're full of shit, or whatever the thing is. And if you're on your path, you'll see that. And you'll see that there's a little bit of a reaction coming up inside of you. That old wound that says, I'm not valid, or I'm not loved, or I'm not worthy, or something. And they're reflecting that back to you. It's a big thing to see that God is in everything. God is just isn't more in you, or love isn't more in you because you found your way. It's just your way and it works for you. But the universe, your world, comes out from you. That means everything that's in front of you is here serving you, your reality. It's not that you have this world, then there's this outside world that is either for you or against you. It's coming from you, and all of it is for you. God is in all of it. And pull yourself away from any tendencies to start keep thinking as God as a person, even a being that is a higher being person that judges and knows the best because he is all wise. Don't limit that. Don't limit your version of God. That go bigger than that. That what if God is in every single thing? What if God is something that I can't really conceptualize, and I'm not supposed to? So every experience that I have, every reflection that I have, every feeling that I have, everything that's in front of me is all God. If that's the case, every single person that is not there like you are there, or is not found the way that you have found the way, or is not free like you have found freedom, God is in them too, but not less than. It really has the effect of just really opening up and allowing you to allow and embrace. And there is a difference between allowing and embracing, or accepting. Allowing and accepting is, well, I'll just accept it as it is now, while they continue to work on themselves, and hopefully someday. That's allowing and accepting. Embracing what is. completely saying there is nothing wrong with this. Yes, I'm talking about those tough moments too of pain and suffering. And I'm not saying I condone pain and suffering and damage to other people or any of that. But what you're working on is a reaction to all that. It is what it is out here. The world is messed up. How do you react to that? Instead of going out and trying to just change it from what it is, how do you see yourself? Is that a reflection of you? So there's this really deep introspection that goes on when you see the world as messed up. Is that a reflection back to you? But when you really see the world as it is, and there's these parts that you really resonate with, and so some parts that you really don't, but you embrace all of it. And if we want to go even a little deeper, those people that do damage to other people, that you don't condone that, but you see what might have turned them into that person that does damage to other people. That's called it's this intimate connection with people, with human beings, that you can have empathy for that you can see what would take someone that comes from the light and have them go into less light, into darkness. That is a big opening, allowing that is how they are right now. And if they change or don't change, makes no difference to you. That's a big one. And God is in them too. And that's what some religions don't want to talk about. That in order to find God, you've got to live in a certain way. But God is in all of it, experiencing all of it, in all of it, being all of it. Don't limit God. But when we're in alignment with love, when we're in alignment with truth, we don't do harm to others. That we express ourselves in authenticity and love. That's the other part of it. The only reason why we find ourselves acting in anger and rageful ways is because how we've responded to trauma, how we responded to what happened to us. And it molded us and conditioned us into being a certain person that was trying to get love and acceptance and worthiness in these different ways. And your job here, your path here, is to allow and embrace and yourself. Allow and embrace yourself. Embrace what is. These are the things you're working on. These are the things that are part of your reality, part of your personality, part of your programming, part of your inner wounds. It's not who you are, but it's part of your reality. And every once in a while it comes up really strong, and sometimes it's really light. And it's part of the character that you're working with. It's part of the human suit that you're animating. Like, I think about this aspect of me, this animator of me that is working with the character Daniel. How can I not embrace that? I'm in it. I'm in the whole experience. But at some point that will die away and I'll be free to choose something else. I believe that's the thing that I'll look at once this this body dies away, I'll look back and say, was I really present? Did I really embrace reality in the world and that dream? Did I experience as much as I could experience in this particular body? Or did I reject it all and fight it all? I used to have these dreams about snakes. I'd be walking into a room of cobras and snakes are hissing at me and trying to strike me. And I'm trying to make my way to these snakes and they're just barely missing me. And then I would have dreams about lions, very hungry, skinny lions looking for a meal. And I would wake myself up out of the dream just in time. And then I had this idea, wait a minute, I'm in a dream. What if I experience the dream of completely letting go, allowing that, come on, Cobra, hit me right in the neck right here, allowing that lion and that tiger just to eat me, and then have that experience, have that dream. So I did. I went in my dreams, the dream time with that intention. And the lion walked into my room and picked up my hand with its mouth and then dropped it and then stepped onto my bed, walked right over me and laid right on top of me. And that is the last snake, cobra, rattlesnake, lion dream I ever had. That says something. I kind of reflect that back to my this life, this dream. What if I did that kind of thing? I don't mean like I just gonna put myself in front of a moving truck or something, or jump out of a plane without a parachute, but embracing what my mind is trying to twist, what is trying to distort into something that's not necessarily true. What if I embrace what's in front of me? You don't need to go, full radical with it. It's really a softness. It's really a softness of seeing the world in a way through oneness and unity. Imagine what that would be like. Every person that you have judgment about in any way, or that they're not exactly who they should be right now. And if they stay that way, bless them. And I don't mean I'll pray for them. That's bullshit. Just allowing them to be as they are, that they are perfect the way they are, because they are here for you to reflect back to you. That's what has brought everyone closer to me. Then there are other people in my life. I say, yeah, I completely see that person, that is who they are. And I choose to not have them in my life. And they can stay exactly as they are. I love you as you are, but there's a word called discernment. And I discern who I, want to spend time with and want to spend my energy with. And I have some amazing people in my life. Those are the ones that I want to spend my time with. The other people, there's no like they're wrong or they're anything. It's just actually I can kind of see my old self in them and bless them for finding love that way, but not where I'm at today. And I don't need to go rescue them because that is saying that they need to change. I can help them change. No, you're fine just the way you are. I'll be over here. Thank you. I love you. Bless you. Have a beautiful day. Until next time.